Hi, welcome back to Ocean Beauty. In this video, I'll be sharing with you guys what I did to grow out my type 4 natural hair. Okay, so I have a list written down for y'all so I can collect my thoughts. And the first one that I wrote says, one thing that I did was I kept my hair moisturized. It's very important to keep your hair moisturized because natural hair in general, it's just a big baby that likes to be fed all the time with the right products. Especially my hair, like it loves thick products. Like when I first went natural, I used to use Shea Moisture's Jamaican Black Castor Oil Deep Conditioner and leave-in, and I felt like that was really beneficial to my hair because it was really like thick. And a leave-in that I use now is my Garnier Fructis. It's not even focusing. I talked about that in a couple of my other videos. Like I swear by this one because it works really good and it smells really good. I wonder have any other naturals used it, but if you have, you can let me know how it went for you in the comments down below. But that is a really good leave-in that I use, and I always do the LOC method. Lately, I've just been using the Garnier Fructis shampoo and conditioner, and then I would use the leave-in Jamaican Black Castor Oil on my scalp and my ends of my hair. And then I would use the grease, the Blue Magic that I told you guys about in my previous video, because it really locks in the moisture. Like when I had used it for my other twist out, that was probably the longest my hair was moisturized, but I always focus on keeping it moisturized. That's why you need a spray bottle too. In my spray bottle, well, I'm going to re-up on it today, but I'm going to put water and aloe and Jamaican Black Castor Oil in it. It is like a heavy oil, so I don't put a lot in it, but I just put like a moderate amount. But yeah, I'm going to be using that. It works really good in my hair. That's basically my holy grail when it comes to oils. I've been using it since before I bake chop, like since I was transitioning, like a little over 4 years ago, like 4 years and a couple of days, because my natural hair anniversary was just like, I think like last week, and I posted on my Instagram. But yeah, I've been using that since I've been transitioning, and it works really good, y'all. The second thing that I did to grow out my hair was I took the time to learn what my hair likes, and I didn't get discouraged when one thing didn't work. I feel like when your hair is short and like you have a TWA, like that's really the time to like explore and see what your hair likes, and maybe watch some other natural hair YouTubers, or if you have some friends with the same hair texture as you can ask them what they use. I understand that everyone's hair isn't the same, but that's why it's like important to like explore, because before I stuck to Garnier Fructis, I was using like the Main Choice. Everyone else say they have like really good shampoo and conditioner, but their shampoo made my hair feel so stripped. Like it took a couple of days to get it to feel moisturized again, but that was like a couple years ago. But after I used that, I didn't use it anymore. Cantu, their shampoo made my hair feel really stripped too, and their leave-in would just like flake up, like just the leave-in. Like I don't even think it would really moisturize my hair, it would just flake up. Because I used to use it a lot when I was transitioning, and a lot when I had first big chop, but I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. So I started using Shea Moisture, and I used their Jamaican Black Castor Oil line. I used their leave-in and their deep conditioner a lot, and that worked really good. Typically, my hair really likes thicker products, so I stick to using thicker products. Okay, and for number 3, this is really important. You cannot give up on your hair. Like, please keep in mind that you're not just going to see magical growth overnight. Like, things take time. You have to learn to love it in that process. Things really take time. Like, it would be some girls that I would be talking to, they would be like, oh, I just big chopped my hair and it's not growing. Like, you have to give it time. Like, my hair was at like the TWA phase for like a year or so, but I really liked my hair anyway, so the length didn't really bother me for real. So you really have to learn how to not give up on your hair, and it might get aggravating if one style doesn't work out or if a couple styles don't work out, but you can just keep working and see what works for your hair, because that's what I did. I think I started out by doing like a whole bunch of twist outs. I'll insert some pictures of my hair when it was twisted, when it was much shorter. I think I probably had to do like over 30 twists in my hair because it was really small, but I was just seeing what my hair liked. and it really seemed like my hair really liked twist outs, and that worked really well for me. I don't think I really experimented with braid outs until like my junior year of high school, because my hair was like long enough to braid. I used to do that to like stretch my hair. Mostly now, I would do mini twists and keep it in for a couple of days, and I would stretch it while I have the mini twist so it could give like a nice stretch look. I'll insert some pictures of when I did that, but that's typically what I do now. Or at night, if I need to stretch my hair, like a couple of days ago, I had braided my hair like in 4 big braids, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and I had moisturized it before I had did that so it can be stretched and moisturized when I took it out the next day. But my whole natural journey, I never like gave up and went back to relaxers, or gave up and just slapped a wig on it. Like, no, I just kept going. Like, yeah, everyone has bad hair days, but you have to figure out like how to deal with your natural hair and not give up on it if you want to see some growth. The 4th thing that I wrote is you really have to have patience. Like, don't get on Instagram and see all these people like with the big fro and stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, my hair is not growing, blah 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 blah. Like, okay, you just big chopped your hair. They've been natural their whole life. Like, don't get up there and compare your hair to other people's journeys, because y'all probably haven't even been natural for the same amount of time. And I believe that genetics is a factor of how fast your hair can grow. So you can just focus on your journey and look at them as a source of inspiration. Like, you really just have to be patient with your hair and just know that it's not going to happen overnight. For some people, it happens really quick, because I think that it's based off genetics sometimes. But some people have slower growth, or they just don't know how to retain length. But while you're figuring all of that out, you really have to be patient in your natural hair journey, because like my hair is almost bra strap length. And some girls would tell me that, oh, they just big chopped and their hair is not growing. Like, it's going to seem like that at first, because 1, every natural, especially type 4 naturals, have shrinkage. And 2, I feel like it might take the longest to get out of the TWA stage, because I feel like that's such a huge jump from the TWA stage to like collarbone length or to like shoulder length. Like, that's a lot of growth, and that takes a while. I feel like that's like a bigger jump than like your hair growing from shoulder length to like armpit length or bra strap length. I feel like that's the biggest jump, but you have to be patient when you first go natural. Like, I'm gonna insert some pictures of how short my hair used to be, but I couldn't even tell that it was actually growing because of the shrinkage. But be patient with yourself and your hair. Do not get discouraged, or go on Instagram or YouTube and look at other people with different textures or something, or compare your stage 1 to their stage 10, because that's not going to motivate you at all. You're just going to get discouraged and give up. Remember, you can't give up. And number 5, like, you really have to learn how to love your hair in each stage. Like, I know it might be hard. Like, you might big chop your hair and be uncomfortable with like a short afro or a TWA or whatever, because of how society views it, especially like with type 4 hair. But you really have to like get out of that mindset, even though it's so hard, because it's not like really a lot of representation for real. But you really just have to learn how to love your hair in each stage, because honestly, that'll make it a lot easier. Like, for me, I had already loved the natural hair before I even went natural. Like, honestly, I hated my relaxed hair. It was burnt, it was fried, it wouldn't grow past collarbone length for like years, probably like over a decade or something. But as soon as I went natural, like, my hair was just getting longer and longer. Like, this is the longest my hair has ever been. Well, you can't even tell how long it is right now, but I can insert a limb check that I did the other day for y'all over here. But it's like 1 inch away from bra strap length. Like, you really have to just learn how to love your hair in every stage, and don't even listen to what other people might have to say if they are hating, because I know I didn't. Like, people would be like, oh my gosh, you cut your hair, or you look like this, or you look like, someone even told me I looked like Aunt Jemima before. But I was like, okay, you hating, your hair is relaxed and breaking off, and I'm trying to make my hair healthy, but your hair is damaged. Like, don't even listen to them. And it's sad, because it would be other black women sometimes discouraging you or talking about your natural hair in a bad way, but it's just because they're uneducated. Like, realize when people are talking about natural hair in a bad way, I just feel like they're uneducated and they're brainwashed by society's standards. So you just knowing that can like give you some sort of patience towards people that might just not understand. And another reason, another way that I grew up my natural hair that I didn't write down, because like my journey in detail is slowly coming back to me because it's been a long 4 years, and yeah. But protect your hair at nights. Like, I know some naturals, you might be tired and you don't want to fall asleep with the bonnet on, but that's gonna save you a lot of work, like for real. Or band up your hair at night and hold off on the heat for real. I feel like some protective styles aren't so protective for real. Like, yeah, wigs and braids are cute, but your hair is just sitting dry in the braids. Like, y'all, I grew my hair to like past APL and it's almost bra shot length with barely any protective styles. Like, the only protective styles I would do was like mini twists or mini braids with my own hair. Like, the only time I had, no, like, I'm not bashing wigs or anything at all. I'm just saying I don't really feel like that's like a real protective style. But the only time I had a wig was for prom, my senior prom last year. And like, it was kind of like lace, like, but like honestly it had took some hair strands off my edges, and then a lot of people would be like, their hair would be long but they would lose their edges. That's why I feel like it's not so protective, especially if you don't get it done right. And some braids, like that, some people, they would braid your edges or it would constantly pull all your hair or something. But especially like if they're long and it's heavy, or you don't moisturize your hair in those braids, like you can get braids for like a month and you think just because you moisturize it before you put it in, it's going to be dry that whole month. Like, you got to keep moisturizing it. Like, I had braids my junior year of high school for like 3 weeks, but I kept it moisturized. I had like this braid oil and I would always oil my scalp, and like I would even spray it on the braid so it can like touch my ends somehow. But I feel like protective styles would be more safe for your hair if you actually took the time to moisturize it while you had the protective styles. Like, if you had on wigs for a couple of months, like you would take your wig off on the weekends, unbraid your hair, deep condition and all that stuff. Like, I feel like that would really help. One of the YouTubers that I know that does that is African Beauty. Like, she will always switch between wigs and like moisturize it. Like, she wouldn't just leave it and not moisturize it or do anything at all. Like, she would take the time to take off her wig, undo her braids, moisturize it, wash it, and then braid it and put it back. She's very careful with her edges too. Like, I feel like wigs would be really beneficial as a protective style if people did it that way. But I feel like people think it's protective if you just have it up there and that's all. Like, no, you have to like take care of your hair while it's in that protective style too. Like, don't forget about your hair health while you have that protective style. But yeah, that's basically how I grew out my hair. It's really no magic trick to like grow out your hair. As long as you know how to retain length, your hair is going to grow. Like, it's impossible for anyone's hair just not to grow at all. Like, everyone's hair grows. It's just based off how you retain your length. And I feel like that's directly tied to how you retain moisture. So it's really about like moisturizing your hair and finding out the right products for you. I really feel like you have to stay consistent with the regimen for your hair. I'm pretty consistent with mine. Like, I wash mine like every other week, and, or sometimes every 3 weeks, because my hair doesn't always need to be washed all the time. Like, my products like aren't flaking in my hair, or product buildup or something, or dandruff. Like, I don't really get dandruff like that for real at all. I just really feel like you really have to pay attention to your ends for real, and how you retain moisture, how you retain length. Like, I really feel like that's the magic keys of growing your hair. I don't think it's what these other people are trying to sell you, like rice water, or if you massage your head upside down. When hair grows, it's just how you retain that growth. Like, you're not going to see any growth. Like, okay, I think people's hair normally grows like 3 to 5 inches or so a year. But if you were constantly like blowing it out, flat ironing, getting braids, braiding it for wigs, and not taking care of your hair, like that, like your new growth is just gonna break off. Like you could grow an inch but lose an inch because you're not retaining length. Like that's the real magic secret, not this rice water and all the other stuff that people try to sell you. You really just have to retain length. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys. I really hope that that gave y'all some good insight on what to do for your hair and some really helpful tips. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, y'all. And thank you guys for 400 subs. That really means a lot for real, because I just started my channel back in March. So that's a lot of growth to me. That might be a small number to some, but honestly, I'm grateful for the support. But thank you guys so much. See y'all next time.